Throughout Skyblock's existence, many features have come and gone. I'm sure most of us remember when the End Island didn't exist, or when there was only one Skyblock game mode. One of the bigger, more anticipated new features to come to the game at the time was dungeons. Dungeons were being hailed as a breakthrough, featuring the most advanced mob AI ever seen, and promising a return to form for the company that once started making adventure maps. Dungeons recently had its 2-year anniversary, and now that we're here 2 years later, it's time to ask the question, did we really get everything we could out of dungeons? Could dungeons be so much more? What's going on, everyone? It's your favorite blue guy here, and today I'm gonna answer just that, forming my own opinion, of course. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel today if you haven't already, especially if you like the content you're seeing. So I'll go through a very quick and toned down history of dungeons before anything else. The first known public confirmation of dungeons was in a tweet from Simon way back in August of 2019, about a month and a half after Skyblock was released. Soon after that, Jay, one of the main Skyblock developers, posts a video the following December, showcasing this breakthrough mob AI technology in action. We wouldn't get any more info until February of 2022, when the team officially announced Dungeons was on its way, showcasing the mode's overall gist and general mechanics and anticipating a late March to early April release. For reasons, this didn't happen, and it wasn't until July 1st of 2020 that the infrastructure was released on the server, and then it was released as a whole just a week later, when Catacombs entrance through floor 3 was released. Now, when I first played Dungeons, it really was something else. It really did feel like its own adventure map. It didn't really feel like it was part of Skyblock. It felt like this separate standalone thing, and the atmosphere of it wasn't really something I felt with a Hypixel product since the early server games. It really did feel like a true return to form done right. I don't really share that feeling anymore. To be fair here, I still think the area as a whole is a widely innovative and fun place with friends. It's got lore a lot of people like, creative bosses, and so much more to appreciate. However, some things have happened that I think have stolen some of the magic. Here are some of those things. I already have a feeling this isn't going to be an opinion many share with me, but it's something I've always thought about. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're a bad person if you use dungeon mods, because you aren't. If you personally have more fun with it, I can't really say much regarding that. However, I really do think these Skyblock dungeon mods have watered down dungeons and made it far more boring. The community has seemed to become so asphyxiated to the convenience of these mods that, in a way, it's completely changed the way they view the mode. What's the point of these elaborate puzzles and secrets in these dungeons if you're just gonna dodge through them? I made a thread earlier regarding dungeon mod usage, and I wanted those who responded to answer why they personally use them. I made this thread in case I was given reasons I didn't think about that made sense, so that I could see things from both sides. But the responses were kind of what I was expecting. I guess there can be somewhat of an argument for using them because you wanted something of a change of pace, which can be understandable since dungeons don't really have that much replay value once you've found everything. But at the same time, I feel like it's kind of disrespectful to the team that spent years developing this breakthrough mode. The only other thing I'll say regarding it, users getting ratted has increased so much in the past few months, and it's not for no reason. Man, it's a shame that such a nostalgia-filled mode got tarnished with this. The dungeon community might be one of the most toxic areas of the game. As for some examples, I've seen that they'll keep kicking players from parties because they have a low secret count, or they laugh at players for not having 5 stars on armor. I've also been at the helm of some of this behavior as well. I've had people offer to help me in dungeons, which was very kind of them. However, once they realize I'm not the best at this mode, they usually turn in an instant and get aggressive. It never tends to end well. A lot of parties in the party finder also have nonsense level requirements. A lot of parties have it so you have to be at least Catacombs level 30 to join them. For those that don't have high level friends, it really hurts progression. It takes far longer than usual for these players to level up their Catacomb levels, and it can turn them away from trying it out more. If you're a higher level dungeon player and you're watching this, why not try to help out some lower leveled players? You don't really have anything to lose from it. As much as the breakthrough that Dungeons is, I've also never seen a game be so literal with that meaning and break so much. Dungeons have been kind of notorious for being a feeding ground for those invisible sussies, quietly stealing things from your inventory or even robbing you completely clean. Every day I decide to look at the forums, I'll always see at least a few threads from users alerting others that they had their items or entire inventory wiped while in dungeons. With the recent dungeon downtime, I have no reason not to believe those making these threads. It especially doesn't help that in most of these scenarios, the players aren't reconciled with even the tiniest bit of something. It's because it would be extremely tricky to pull off in a fair way and take a long time, I know. But that's just another reason on the pile for me not to play dungeons. Why would I take a known risk that everything I worked for could be gone in an instant, and have very little means of being able to recover from it? There are far more issues that dungeons have as well, from balancing issues to lack of replayability to grinding and RNG being huge factors, all things that take my interest away. I've said this before, but no game on the server is ever unfixable. And to give credit where credit is due, the team is constantly on top of balancing and bug fixing. The mode is still a breakthrough, and breakthroughs are gonna have these issues, and the team really is trying its best to fix them. I think the mode being closed for a few days to really give it a good look over is a good sign for the future, but it really is a tricky situation. Dungeons need new content to not become stale with the lack of replayability, but at the same time, releasing new content is almost guaranteed to bring forward more bugs, dupes, and wipes, so it's a constant circle of never-ending problems. No, I don't consider dungeons a failure, but there's definitely potential that still hasn't been reached yet after 2 years. I don't have the answers, frankly it's not my job to figure out the answers, but I do hope that one day we can look back on this mode and really consider it authentic, true Hypixel. What do you guys think? Are you guys satisfied with where dungeons are at the moment, or do you feel like it's underwhelming and that there could be more to make it stand out? Let me know in the comments below. That is all for today. Thank you guys for tuning in so much. Make sure to leave a like if you liked it. Download my texture pack in the description. Have a glorious afternoon, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world, and all day and all night and everything he sees is just blue, like him inside and outside.